Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Noding. Today I want to show you how you can create something like this. It's actually animated. The idea actually came from some kind of like a decorative things, like a metal decorative things that it's like a wind chime, but it's not really. But you hang it on the ceiling, and then when the wind comes, it actually blows and it's gonna rotate. It's not actually animating like this, but that's the original idea. So basically, if you want to know the process, I was thinking, okay, if the shape is like this, and then you have like the largest shapes, and then you kind of interpolate between the circle and the outer one. You have the design kind of ready, and then you can just rotate it, animate it. So that's actually the basic idea. And I was thinking, but if you interpolate something like that, you might as well use something like a cylinder. I've done this in the past using many different ways, but cylinder is actually the easiest one to use. If you want to get rid of that not annotations, you go under View, Annotations, and Delete. That's actually, annotation is really useful. So let's just get started. SVerchok, and I will be using Cylinder MK2, one of my most favorite nodes. It's very simple, but it's really powerful. So cylinder decoration, it should be called something. I don't know what it's called. So with a cylinder, you basically create cylinder normally, but if you plug cylinder into polyline viewer, you're gonna get different result, something like that. And so if I use a oops, this goes in there. Let's call this differently. So it's just a normal cylinder, but we don't want a cylinder. Like I said, we want a cylinder and polyline viewer. We don't want that lines that goes like that. So we want to separate. And then we want to have it close. So we have a bunch of rings. You can play around with the rings, with the twist, etc. But for what we are doing, we actually want it to be kind of like a lofting, or like interpolations between these shapes and these shapes. So we can reduce the height, we can play around with the radius. So now we have this ring. If you don't want the ring, you can actually use a Bezier curve like that, and then just use it here. And with this Bezier curve, you can customize it. Like let me go to the orthographic top, rotate it like that. Okay, so it's started to get more interesting, I guess. And we can hide the Bezier. Okay, now we have control over this. We can have multiple, and for this we can also twist it. Oh, not twist there, maybe twist here if you like. Maybe save that for later. For now, we probably want to play around with this parallels or meridians profile. For that one, let me save this. I will be using we can use random number, plug into the parallels. Okay, so we are starting to get something. If you don't want the hard edge, you want it smooth, you turn on B-spline. So starting to get a bit nicer. So how many numbers here? We have 10. We probably need 10 over here as well. And at this point, it's really up to you how you want to continue. Perhaps we can rotate it. We can rotate it. Let me use different matte cap. Something that's more metallic. It's looking nice. So we actually have multiples. We can use multi or single. I keep it multi, so we have multiple curves. By doing that, we can actually rotate the curve over here anytime we like to rotate it. We don't rotate it like that, not in the Z. We probably want it on the different axis. Yeah, something like that. Range, float. Let's try this. Yep, it's starting to kind of make sense what I'm trying to do. That's how I kind of want it to rotate. So this is like the decorations that I was talking about. Wait, maybe I need to rotate it in the different axis. Just like that. And then you kind of want it to rotate this way. Or actually, yeah, it actually doesn't matter. I actually wanted to rotate just like that, just randomly. So the rotation itself doesn't matter. It's something you can add later. But for this, instead of random number, you probably can use noise. Use it as scalar. So we have this also another kind of random number, but we need some kind of input. The meridians also can be interesting. Oh, okay, the meridians control the radius, randomize the radius. The noise, we can plug in the noise, but over here we probably need maybe a circle. Just use a circle. The circle, we can just plug this into noise. And see, changing the radius also change the strength of the noise. You don't want it too strong because it's gonna start overlapping. Maybe just a little bit. So yeah, I think the design is kind of getting there. If you want to automate this, maybe just use frame info. And then the bottom one, just offset it with scalar math. Just add. You can use multiply as well. Just add like 180. Oops, yeah, just a little bit. And then you can see it rotating. The speed, okay, I forgot. Plug this into multiply. So now it's rotating. Yeah, it's sort of design that I saw the other day. Actually, you can normally find this at the like a weekend market. In Sydney, we have actually Friday or Saturday at the Rocks Market. We have one shop selling this kind of thing. All right, so this is of course like a simpler version of the actual design. So if you want to make it a little bit more sophisticated, you probably, like I said, when I start this, I was thinking maybe you start with a circle at the center, and then the outside is like a flower, or can be any shape, and then you interpolate between the shape. I've done this in the past actually, and then so you can, and then you can animate, and each one of them can have a little bit of offset blown by the winds. And if you want to do more, you can perhaps randomize it, randomize the color. It's a this randomization of color is of course a fake one using viewport shading, but you can use your own material. Let me try actually. If I am using color, it's not showing exactly there. Okay, maybe I need to use some kind of vertex color, but let me try assign it anyway. Same material for all of these, and then I'll switch to animation nodes. So from SVerchok to animation nodes, because animation nodes have a nice vertex coloring way. So vertex, set vertex color for each objects. I'm just gonna put all of this into a collection, new collections, deco. I'll call it deco, and then gonna grab the collection and object from collection. So from here, plug into there, we have all the objects. For each object, we're gonna look through the objects and give it a different vertex color. Okay, color in, not color input, something else, combine color. Okay, and then we can use HSV. Index goes into the iteration, or yeah, it goes into the hue, and then the color goes in there, and then we can divide. Maybe index math, float math. So index goes in the here, and the iterations, and then we subdivide it. We divide it. So the color should be random, not random like a spectrum. We don't see it yet because for the material, we need to use attributes, color, plug into the color, and we have black. Maybe I forgot something. Saturations and value. Nope, still nothing. So index divided by iterations. Pretty sure we should have something. Okay, because these guys are actually curves, and with curves we cannot have vertex color. Okay, so like all of these convert to mesh. Now we have color. Yeah, that's the only thing. It needs to be converted. We can do that inside SVerchok if you like, but for now, for this demo, I'm just gonna cheat. Yeah, it's actually, that's what I want. Yeah, pretty much what I want to show you. It's how you can quickly make something like this with a little bit of thought. You can turn it into a nicer design, and then you export the animations and turn it into AR. And it would be nicer if this actually kind of looping in some way. So we go back to SVerchok. I don't know if SVerchok's gonna reset this, perhaps. Oh, it's still mesh and still rotating. SVerchok didn't reset it, which is interesting. If I mess around, maybe this is gonna reset. With this guy, we can perhaps multiply. So now you see the animation is a little bit more random, but we have some kind of variations happening. They're probably too much. But that's the basic idea. You just have this rotating decorations. It looks kind of nice if you look if you saw the actual things and buy it. But we're gonna have it as an AR. All right. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.